Getting other people to see you as a leader might be a complete mystery to you, especially if you're not in a leadership position right now. You might think that you need to have special qualities in order to be a leader. You might think that you need to be born a leader. None of this is true. Leadership is absolutely within your reach. I believe anybody can be a leader, but what you might need help with is learning how to stand out as a leader, demonstrating that you have leadership potential and differentiating yourself from your competition. So to help you with that, I've compiled 7 ways you can stand out as a leader in the workplace. Number 1, develop a vision. One of the high priority jobs of a leader is to develop a vision. And this is really the difference between a manager and a leader. Managers are responsible for implementing the vision, but the leader is responsible for coming up with that vision. There are many benefits to having a vision as a leader. It helps people understand how their work and their job connects to the larger picture. It gives people a purpose for what they do at work, and it helps people understand why they are doing certain tasks. But as well as coming up with the vision, leaders also need to be able to communicate that vision to other people, mostly to their team. And this is where a lot of leaders become unstuck. They don't know how to communicate the vision, or if they try to communicate their vision, they might not be very good at it, and people might not understand what that vision is. When you come up with a vision as a leader, you need to learn how to communicate it clearly and also repeat it often. Not just tell your team once what your vision is, repeat it throughout your interactions and your conversations with them. If you want to be seen as a leader in your workplace and stand out as a leader, then you need to start coming up with a vision and learning how to communicate that vision to other people. Number 2, communicate often. Communication is one of the most important skills you can master as a leader. Your job requires you to communicate all of the time and in many different ways. As a leader, you need to communicate to give information, to give updates to people, to create a sense of urgency, to get buy-in for your ideas, to give support to your team, and also to coach them. There are many reasons for communication and many different styles of communication that you need to learn in leadership. I would say that 90% of your job as a leader revolves around communication. So it's definitely something that you need to invest time in learning and developing. And the more you communicate your vision, your goals, or your key message as a leader, the better it is. Don't just communicate those things one time and expect people to remember what they are. They won't. People have a million things going on in their life, and it's unlikely they will remember or take note of your message or think that your message is important if you communicate it just one time to them. You need to repeat your message often and through many different interactions with your team. Number 3, have clear values and stick to them. One of the key traits of a leader is that they are somebody who knows what they believe in and who lives by their values. Every interaction they have, every decision they make, every action they take is in line with those values. And the benefit of this as a leader is that it helps people know what to expect. It creates a sense of predictability about you as a leader. People know what you like and what you don't like and what you expect them to do. And it makes their job in how they interact with you and how they do their job a lot easier for them. There's a lot less guesswork involved. When your team is operating in a predictable environment, there is less stress, there is less guessing, there's probably less mistakes as well. It's easier for them to make decisions, and there's probably less for you to worry about. Whereas if you change your mind all of the time, you say one thing one day and the next day you say something completely different, people become confused and you won't develop a great reputation as a leader. Number 4, show support. Leaders who show support and genuinely care about their team quickly develop the reputation as a great leader. Leadership isn't all about being powerful and strong and bold. A lot of the job of a leader is about supporting people, your team, and guiding them towards the goals that you've set and helping them overcome obstacles along the way so they can get there. In recent times, we've seen a lot more emphasis being put on empathetic leadership, and this is really about supporting and guiding your team. In 2020 and 2021, with everything that's been going on, a lot of people have had to work from home, they've had to change their schedules, their life has been in total chaos during this time. So leaders have had to be a lot more supportive of their team and supportive of what they're going through. Showing support and helping people overcome obstacles, improve and grow for their future will definitely help you stand out as a leader. Number 5, have polarized opinions. I know it can be daunting to have a polarized opinion or a different opinion to everyone else. You probably spent a lot of your career, mostly the early stages of your career, trying to fit in, having the same opinion as everyone else, having the acceptable opinion. But every professional in their life comes to a point where their opinion starts to matter, and leadership is one of those times. People start to look up to you for your opinion. People start to look up to you to make decisions, to make tough decisions as well. So you really need to be mentally prepared for this when you are looking toward leadership. You can't make tough decisions as a leader or bold decisions either if you don't have an opinion. I think this is one of the toughest things about leadership, especially if you're coming from a more passive side of communication like I do, because you've probably spent your whole life wanting to fit in, not wanting to rock the boat or cause any waves. But leadership is not about fitting in. Your priority as a leader is not about fitting in. Your priority as a leader is achieving your vision and moving people toward that vision. It doesn't mean you have to be ruthless or rude or nasty, but it does mean that you have to be okay with having a polarized opinion. Having said that, welcoming differing opinions is also important in leadership. You don't want to be stubborn as a donkey when you're a leader. You really want to be open-minded and adaptable enough to change your mind if necessary. Maybe your opinion wasn't good enough. Maybe a different opinion is cheaper or more efficient. Maybe someone else has different information that will lead to a better result. All of this is possible, but in order for you to discover that, you need to have an open mind and welcome different opinions. So how do you do that? Well, don't shut people down when they're offering you their opinion. Hear them out, listen to them. Listen to their opinion and why they believe what they believe. Consider all the facts before you make your final decision. And the benefit of this is that it will make your team feel heard. When they feel heard, they'll be more likely to share their opinion with you and give you relevant information in the future. Number 7, give responsibility to your team. One of the hardest transitions emerging leaders need to make is to give responsibility to their team, to start delegating to them. The reason it's hard is because you're probably used to being the one who was always delegated to. You're probably not used to delegating to other people. But when you become a leader, you don't have time for doing all of the every day-to-day tasks. You don't have energy for that. Your focus is on your vision, on your big goals and moving people toward those big goals. You can't waste your energy doing tasks that other people, like your team, can perform perfectly well on their own. This means you need to start giving responsibility to your team. Stop telling yourself that you are the only one who can perform these tasks, because you're not. Stop telling yourself that nobody can do it as well as you can, because they can. Stop telling yourself it's quicker if you do it yourself, because it's not. These are lies that we tell ourselves that are stopping you from being a leader. So I want you to think about how you can delegate to your team. What are some responsibilities that you can hand over to other people? And if you have a problem with delegating certain tasks, think about what is holding you back. Any of the things I mentioned in this part of the video, are they holding you back? If they are, then you need to start working through them. Standing out as a leader is not difficult at all. As I said at the beginning of this video, leadership is absolutely within your reach. I believe that anybody can be a leader. Sometimes you just need a bit of a push and a bit of direction to get you through those obstacles. So I hope these 7 ideas will help you stand out more as a leader. To all my loyal subscribers, thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new to this channel, then make sure you subscribe so you can see videos like this every week in your feed. Hit the button below this video. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the screen before you leave, and I will see you again next week.